I'm going to go through the water or blue starter deck for the new Valhalla cluster. The very first one, if there will be a second one, I don't really know that. Just going to cut these through very quickly. I already made a video for the light or white one, and it turned into 2 videos, but I'm going to try to make this one into a single video because I think I now know how these decks are arranged in detail. So the regular inserts are ones that you usually find in pre-constructed products for Force of Will, and then the only one that's really unique to the deck is the one that gives you some sample decks and ways to play the runes, which is pretty cool. And so the sample decks, I think, are all in a similar fashion. The main deck has 10 cards, of which there are complete playsets. They're all resonators. There are 40 resonators, and of course there's 2 different rulers, right? And then the runes are the ones that vary from ruler to ruler. Okay, so I'm just going to go through and show the cards, but also start making them into piles, just so that I can show the variation in this starter deck. Okay. So really, it's one sample deck effectively, minus the variation from the runes. Okay, so the antimatter Excalibur rune is in the machines deck only. Then the Caliburn rune is in neither. Then the Charm rune is in the Loki deck. Trying to do too many things at the same time here. The Checkmate one is, I'm sorry, let me see, I'm sorry, this is Charm, I'm sorry, Charm is in the Loki deck, that's right. I have them the other way from where they are in the cheat, and that's what's confusing me, so I'm going to put it like that. Then the Checkmate one is also in Arthur. Consume is in the Machines deck. And then now we're starting with the Resonators. And I think they're going to be all in both. And I'll go through these. I'm arranging the decks right now. I'm trying to make the video in one shot. Okay, and this one is Maintenance, which is in both. Okay, I'll put it in the middle. Kind of go, dude. This guy is probably, yeah, that's right. It's going to be in this other group. Then Monstrosify is in the Lucky deck only. Overflowing Knowledge is in the Arthur deck, which is very interesting because it's got Lucky artwork. And then we've got more Resonators. Then Petrification is in neither. Reconnaissance is in both. And then we're down to Resonators. And then we've got the stones, which are beautiful, of course. There's 4 normals, and then 8 that are foil. And then the the promo, which is the same one in all the decks. Okay, so now let me see if I've got my rune decks correctly. So now these are in both, and then these three are only in the machine one. Okay, so Arthur, King of Machines, starts as just Arthur. They're all the same except for the judgment's a little different between rulers. This one is 3, but all blue. Okay, Divinity 10, so you got to count your runes to add to 10. And then this card has an enter. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck, choose up to 2 machine resonators from among them, and remove them from the game. Put +1/+100 counters equal to the combined total cost of cards removed this way on this card. It's when it enters. So it's similar to Machina. Machina also has an enter mega tutor ability. So this is what it does when you flip it. All right. So that's Arthur, and then the runes that are Arthur only are Antimatter Cannon, Checkmate, and Overflowing Knowledge. The Maintenance and Reconnaissance are in both. Okay, hold on, let me see. I'm losing battery. Let's know what's going on. Sorry about that. Battery was telling me that it was not connected. That was my fault. All right, so then let me just go through the 3 that are unique to Arthur. Draw 2 cards. That's great. Should be in all of them. Destroy target damaged resonator. Quick cast with flash. And then play this card only if your J ruler is Arthur. Of course, this is the Arthur Master Rune. Your opponent separates all non-magic, non-J ruler entities they control into 2 piles. Put all of the entities in the pile in one pile on the bottom of their owner's decks in any order. Okay, that's cool. Very interesting effect, very common in old Magic, even in modern Magic. All right, so Reconnaissance has for C3. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck and put any number of them on the top of your deck in any order, put the rest of the bottom. So scry 3, yeah, that's it. And then put 2 +100/+100 counters on up to 2 target machine resonators. And of course, both decks share machine resonators. So I'm going to leave those in the middle. Those are the Arthur ones. Then let's go to Loki. So Loki has 1 blue for the judgment instead of triple blue. And then when you turn her over, you may pay 2 less for the awakening cost of spells you control. If you awaken a spell multiple times, you may pay 2 less for each awakening. So that's it's a mega kicker ability. That's really nice. Then the ones that are specific to Loki are Monstrosity. Quick cast, target resonator becomes a 900/900 until end of turn. Flash. It does not say anything if it retains its other abilities. I'm assuming it does. So if it has flying, it'll still be a flyer. I'm not sure, and it should clear that up. That can be confusing to a player. Then play this card only if your J ruler is Loki. So this is the Loki specific one. Remove target resonator from the game. You gain life equal to its defense. That's pretty good. And then gain control of target resonator with total cost 2 or less until end of turn. So it's a Act of Treason in blue. Act of Treason is the card that does that in Magic. And then the 2 cards that are the same are these, and I already discussed them. These are shared by both. And then there's 2 other runes that are not really in the sample decks. You would think about them as you play them. Resonators your opponent controls don't recover during their controller's next recovery phase. That's good if you want to do a major swing. But target 2 resonators your opponent controls. Your opponent chooses one of them and returns it to its owner's hand, then banishes the other. That's pretty good. It's a heavy one. No surprises. Divinity 3. It's a stronger rune. Okay, so I think I'm going to make it all in a single video, which is great. The first one got split into two because I didn't really know how it all played out. And so these are the 1-drops. Let me see if I can will order these cards. They all have machines, and it's the same deal as the white deck, which is that the 1-drops and 2-drops are common. The 3-drops are uncommon, and then the 4-drops are 2 of them, and they're secret rares. Sorry I went off camera because I'm looking at 2 different views, either through the visor or the card itself. Alright, so I got plenty of time to discuss each one of these cards. There's only 10 of them, and there's a playset for each in the deck. Scarecrow Guide has Awakening 1, enter, draw a card, then discard a card, and so it explains how to do that, which is great. I'm glad that it has that for a new player. Then this machine is a vanilla. I love vanillas. Anytime I see vanillas, I think Star Money from 2 Towers. Then Gretel, whenever you awaken a spell, draw a card. This ability targets triggers once per turn. That's fantastic. Anything that says draw a card is always great. Banish this card, put 4 +100/+100 counters on target machine resonator. Play this ability only during your turn. Target machine resonator gains at the end of turn. This is an enter ability. At the end of turn, recover this card. Okay, it tells you how to do it, which is great for new players. Awakening 1, return target resonator to its owner's hand. Yeah, that's great. That's a very disruptive thingy that you can do. And then this card gains swiftness as long as there is a +100/+100 counter on it. Fantastic. That's really good. Not a flyer though. I think flying would have been really nice on it as well. When this card is put into a graveyard from the field, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a water resonator, put it into the field. Now in this particular deck, you don't have any additions. Everything's a resonator in your main deck, that's going to happen. Then your 2 secret rares. First of all, enter. You may return another machine resonator you control to its owner's hand. If you do, return target resonator to its owner's hand. That's good. So you play this, you got something lame on your side, you return it, and your opponent has to return something. And you're doing it. So you're telling your opponent which one it is. So, and it would have been better written if it says, yeah, it does say it. Yeah, return target resonator. That means that you pick it. That's very good. And then I love the cat artwork, by the way, just as an aside. And this guy is not a flyer. I wish it was, because high-end flyers are always really good to win games. And it's got 2 possible enter abilities for which you can play the Awakening. Draw 2 cards. That's great. Target resonator. Target a resonator. Its controller banishes it. Okay, good. That's good. Now I wonder if you can play the Awakening cost twice. So if you play 4, you get to do both. I think you do. I think Awakening is multiple use. Okay, so there you go. I made it in 14 minutes. That's wonderful. That's your blue deck for New Valhalla, your starter deck.